waterfront facing GEOMAR Helmholtz Centre for Ocean Research Kiel, a pontoon is moored to the pier. It is the platform for 6 large plastic tanks. These are the Kiel Outdoor Benthocosms, in short, COBs. Benthocosms are a form of so-called mesocosms, special aquaria that contain a very large volume of water. These 4,000-liter mesocosms allow simulations of natural waves, and each of the tanks is equipped with complex measuring and controlling units. Since 2013, coastal ecosystems have been explored within the Kiel Benthocosms, a miniature version of the Baltic Sea. Here, scientists take a closer look at the future of the Baltic Sea. Average temperatures are rising and the water is becoming more acidic. This is due to the fact that more carbon dioxide is taken up by the water. In addition, the Baltic Sea has to deal with excessive nutrient levels and a rising inflow of fresh water from land.
Further novel aspect of our approach is that we are running experiments in all seasons of the year, and this is in contrast to the great majority of other experiments worldwide that usually concentrate on one season, mostly the summer season. And in the past experiments we have found that global change has very different, sometimes contrasting effects in winter as compared to summer or in autumn as compared to spring.
This year, scientists from GEOMAR and the Cluster of Excellence, the Future Ocean, are investigating how seagrass meadows and its naturally associated community of living organisms will respond to an increased water temperature of 4 degrees Celsius.
So what we've found so far is that, for example, when we have warmer temperatures in the future, we will see that there is a spring population of grazing organisms coming up earlier in the spring, and that will lead to stronger grazing on macrophyte species, which might not have reached their productive season yet because it's still too dark and there's not enough nutrients and light available.
The experiment started in December 2015. Tanks were equipped with organisms of a natural seagrass meadow that can, for example, be found in Falkenstein, just at the outlet of Kiel Fjord. The seagrasses were planted into small cups at the bottom of the tanks. The bladder wrack, Fucus vesiculosus, is kept closer to the water surface, where it is exposed to waves. Algae such as fucus require water movement to survive. Scientists from more than a dozen different disciplines are working on answering one common research question: how does long-term warming affect seagrass communities of the Baltic Sea?
We have the possibility of studying the effects of global change on entire communities. So the interest is that we don't work on single species, but we try to get a more complete picture how species in their natural context will react to global change.
Over the 9-month period of the experiment, 6 out of the 12 tanks are exposed to temperatures that are 4 degrees Celsius higher than the remaining 6 tanks. As all of the tanks have a steady flow-through of Baltic Sea water, the natural fluctuations of salinity and oxygen are directly integrated into the system. During the entire period, measurements on organisms are carried out and samples are taken continuously, which are then further processed in diverse laboratories. Hopefully, the scientists will soon know how seagrass meadows react to future warming. They hypothesize that many species living in the Baltic Sea, which are already exposed to its strong natural temperature fluctuations, are relatively resistant to some degree of warming. However, heat waves in the summer or the combination of higher temperature with other stressors such as high levels of nutrients, incoming freshwater, or oxygen depletion might even break down the most robust ecosystems.
Kiel Benthocosm system has reached a state of maturity that allows us to clone it and to export it to different sites around the world. So we hope in the near future to be able to answer common questions in very different ecosystems around the world and get a more robust impression of what is going to be happening in the world in the next 50 to 100 years.
The Kiel Outdoor Benthocosms allow scientists a more sound glimpse into the future of marine ecosystems. This is an essential requirement for sustainably protecting these ecosystems and the services they provide.